Hey everyone, it's Ethan Ormes back again for another video today, and welcome back to the channel, guys. We're here again for yet another video, and I'm very excited for today's video. We're going to be talking about every movie I watched last week, but the reason I'm excited is obviously, I'm sure you can tell, we're in a new location once again, and this is actually my new apartment, and this is my office. This is going to be my gaming room and my room, essentially, in the apartment. And yeah, obviously this is not at all what it's going to look like. I'm still working on it. I'm going to be unpacking once I'm done recording and editing this. But yeah, once everything is all set up and ready to go, I think I'm going to give you guys an apartment tour as well, because I think that would be really fun. So with that being said, let's get into it. Of course, I watched 7 movies last week, and overall it was a really interesting week because none of them were really good, in my opinion. Depending on who you ask, some of these probably are good, but my highest is a 63 out of 100, and my lowest is a 50 out of 100 for this past week. So nothing special by any means last week, but hey, you know, sometimes it happens. Anyways, let's get right into it, starting off with my least favorite movie of the week, which was Along Came a Spider from 2001. And yeah, I mean, overall, I thought this was a rather boring movie. I didn't really enjoy anything about this. That's why it gets the 50 out of 100. I just thought it was incredibly mid. I thought it was just fine overall. Like, I didn't think there was anything really necessarily bad about it, but it just wasn't interesting, especially because I feel like a story like this could have been very interesting, but I just don't think was executed very well. So yeah, I also wasn't paying a whole lot of attention while watching this, to be fair, and I was still able to predict it very easily. So yeah, obviously this was a very busy week for me. This was moving week, so a lot of these movies might have just been played in the background basically while I was moving, so they could definitely warrant a rewatch. But with that being said, let's move on to 30 Minutes or Less, which I ranked a 55 out of 100. A lot of the movies I ranked this week didn't even get proper reviews on my Letterboxd because, yeah, I mean, they were just kind of movies that I watched. I don't really have any thoughts about them, to be fair. This one was fine as well. It was another mid movie, in my opinion. I didn't think anything of it, really. I didn't think it was bad. I didn't think it was great, obviously. Still pretty mid. But yeah, I mean, with that being said, let's just keep going. Up next, we have The Night Before, which I think is actually my first Seth Rogen movie ranked, which is crazy. I think that's true. Yeah, overall, another movie. Oh no, sorry. I've watched a few Seth Rogen movies. I'm actually a moron. But anyways. This was alright. I enjoyed it a little bit more than the previous, 58 out of 100, so nothing too crazy. Shout out to Ethan. We always love Ethans. This was a stacked cast, and overall, I mean, nothing really came from it for me. I don't know, I just didn't really enjoy it that much, but it was a Christmas movie, so that was cool, I guess. But let's keep going to Rush Hour 2. So I watched the entire Rush Hour trilogy this week as well, or this past week, I guess. And none of them were very interesting, nor very good, in my opinion. Overall, I didn't really enjoy any of them. I know a lot of people enjoy this trilogy, especially the first one, which I'll talk about the first one shortly, but I didn't write anything for Rush Hour 2. This is definitely the least memorable of the 3 for me. I honestly couldn't even tell you what happened. Gets a 59 out of 100. I did enjoy parts of it, but overall, nothing too special. And then moving on to Rush Hour, the first one. The best part of this movie was the blooper credits, which I liked that about every movie. It showed the blooper credits, and that was actually funny. This movie was incredibly racist. I wasn't expecting Jackie Chan to drop 2 N-words. I have seen that before. I've seen that clip before, but I just wasn't expecting it. I didn't realize it was from this movie, but yeah, that was wild. Just out of pocket, in my opinion. There were a few surprise N-words this week that I just wasn't expecting. But I can understand why people enjoy this movie, definitely. But it's just not for me. I didn't enjoy it very much. It's one of Austin's favorite movies. But yeah, just not for me. Didn't enjoy it all that much. And then we can move on to Rush Hour 3, which I personally enjoyed a little bit more, getting a 61 out of 100. And honestly, the only reason why I really enjoyed this more is just because I got to see Hiroyuki Sanada versus Jackie Chan. And of course, Jackie Chan and Hiroyuki Sanada is absolutely incredible. Love them together. That was awesome. Jackie Chan's definitely the highlight of this trilogy for sure. He was the best parts of the entire trilogy for me and in my opinion. So yeah, none of this trilogy really means anything to me, but maybe to some other people. And then my favorite movie of the week was actually the first movie I watched this week, but it was The Longest Yard. Shout out to WWE, man. A whole lot of wrestlers in this movie. I think, who was it? Great Khali, Kevin Nash, Stone Cold, Goldberg. Was there someone else? I don't think so. I feel like I might be forgetting someone. I also completely forgot that Courtney Cox was in this movie. I haven't watched this movie in a long time, but this was like a childhood movie for me growing up, which is kind of crazy because there's just Stone Cold dropping the hard R on the N-word was absolutely blasphemous. I completely forgot about that, so that was wild to me. But yeah, overall, it gets a 63 out of 100 for my favorite movie of the week. So wasn't a great week by any means. But yeah, with that being said, thank you guys all so much for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.